Winnebago Catch-A-Ride was created as a way to help people get to work, and for Go EDC that's really important because obviously we have a need for employment in this area, and we try to help our key employers make sure that they have the staff that they need to get their jobs done. So that's part of the reason why we came to the table to help work with this program and to make it effective. Winnebago Catch-A-Ride has been in place since February of 2019. One of the reasons that we work with Lutheran Social Services and Make the Ride Happen is they have the history of working in other realms with similar types of transportation solutions. So they have that experience to come in, and then we can help make those connections into the employment world. One of the big challenges in this area is making sure we have the right staff in the right places. That's what makes businesses thrive, it makes them attractive to come here, and so that really does fall in line with us supporting our businesses in the area. One of the things that became very apparent through this program is that our public transportation in Oshkosh especially, but throughout the region, is not able to support the workforce of what we need. Things like some of our industrial parks are actually outside of the reach of our actual public transportation, but it's unrealistic to expect to be able to provide that service 24/7 to every single area. So this Winnebago Catch-A-Ride program is amazing because it really fills that gap and lets us get people to work in places that they can't get to normally.
My program is called Make the Ride Happen, and I'm a program of Lutheran Social Services of Wisconsin. And my program is kind of the hub. So when an individual needs help with transportation, they call our office, and we start the process of getting them hooked up with a driver to get to and from their job. When they call us, we do a little case management with them. We try to find out what their goals are as far as sustaining employment. Many of them don't have cars, so the goal is to sit down and talk about what their long-term goals are as far as sustaining their employment and being able to get there. Maybe many of them come to us with no car, but then are able to save up enough money to purchase a car, or they find rides with their coworkers. So we're just kind of the catalyst to keep them going and keep them in a sustaining situation for employment. And then we also manage the volunteers that are a big part of this program, and so we train the volunteers, recruit the volunteers, and they work with our software to pull rides. Well, the volunteer is really giving whatever they're willing to give. We've got a system, a web-based software system, where we can allow that volunteer to sit down on a Sunday night, for instance, and look at their schedule and say, you know, I could do this ride, this ride, this ride. And it's a real simple web-based program, so they can really give what they are willing to do. And if they can only give a couple rides a week, hey, that's 2 more rides that we didn't have to cover with another option. Without them, this program would not be sustainable. You know, the way the system works is we go to the volunteer base first to make that ride happen. And if we can't, then we go to some of our partners, cab companies, Lyft, that fill the gaps. But long term, the volunteer is key for this to be sustainable in our communities. So we really are looking for people that really want to give back. And they can do it in a small or a large way, whatever works best.
You know, for economic development, it's more than just, you know, the amount of pieces that are coming through. It's more than just, you know, how much dollars we're making. It is really about that, you know, we call it human capital, but that ability for us to have the right workforce in the right place. So to us is, you know, to provide that to our companies, to be able to get them the right people to make their companies effective. When you don't have enough staff, it really hurts your ability to be successful. And if you don't have the right staff, it also hurts that ability. So this was just, as far as workforce development goes, gives you that opportunity to not only get, you know, the right people into your place, but have them there on a consistent basis. So we don't have people calling off as much, to have them there at an affordable basis so that way they can maintain that employment. The less turnover that an employer has, the more effective they can be. Especially those that are in the industrial parks that are big employers for our region, they're often saying to us, you know, that staffing is so key to them. So for us to be able to offer this program to them, to help them get the staff that they need, it really helps our relationship with, you know, with employers, and then in turn it helps our region's relationships with them as well, because they see us working on their behalf to try to make them successful.
Well, I think, you know, if you like to volunteer and you don't want to be committed to a certain day or time, this is a perfect opportunity for you. Plus, if you talk to any of the drivers, they would tell you it's very fulfilling. And some of them, you know, get attached to these people. And I know that some of them probably do more for these clients than they tell us they do. But that's the kind of person we need, somebody that really wants to give back and do so in whatever venue they can and they want.
especially right now with what we've been seeing happening in our economy, and as we try to make sure that people are staying employed, there's been a lot of what we call job transitions, where people have to leave one employment and go to another one, and transportation can be so key in that. They might have been on public transportation before or within walking distance, and now their new job is outside of that. So we really do need the help that we can get to keep this program successful. We saw very little decline in participation in our program from a rider point of view during the pandemic. They have continued to work in, what we call essential jobs, even into healthcare and service industry, but really a lot of that manufacturing. So we need to keep getting these people to work to keep our economy strong. So, if there's people who are like thinking, how can I help out? How can I help solve this problem that we're facing? Volunteering for this program is a really great way to participate in getting people back to work. If someone is interested in the program, wants to learn more about participating as a rider, driver, or an employer, all that information is provided on our website at winnebagocatcharide.com.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 North West Haven Drive, and House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.